Effingham, Country Financial Agent Josh Finley, Landers Collision Center of Mount Vernon and Salem, King City Chrysler Center, and People's National Bank. We now take you to the SSM Health broadcast booth for the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
After a big win a week ago, the Mount Vernon Rams return home to open South 7 Conference play here in a steamy SSM Health broadcast booth. Great to be here with you from Ken Hunt Stadium tonight. The Mount Vernon Rams and the Althoff Crusaders will open up South 7 Conference play right here on AM 940, 96.5 FM, and worldwide with high definition at WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside for this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. All the action tonight will be presented to you by Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams. An 0-3 Althoff team comes in. They've given up about 150 points this year while scoring only 31. Very atypical of an Althoff outfit. Kyle Norris, a Crusader team tonight coming in again 0-3, but a Ram team more importantly coming in 1-2 with last week's win over Triad.
Absolutely, and I got to interview Mount Vernon Township High School Superintendent Jeff Fricknick earlier this week for tomorrow's Saturday sports show presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. And after I was done recording, we were talking a little bit about tonight's game. And one of the things he told me was he was talking to Coach Kessler this week, and Coach K said, you know, I don't want to say this Althoff team is down, but I think they might be just low enough that Mount Vernon could pick up a win tonight. So, Coach K, he thinks he can get a win with his team over this Althoff team tonight.
He and many others, an Althoff team that comes in struggling, 0-3. The biggest loss was to Vianney out of St. Louis in Week 2. Lost to Mater Dei as well. That was a week ago. A week ago, this Mount Vernon Ram defense scored 18 points offensively. I know we get into that with our interview with head coach Jared Kessler. It's coming up on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We'll sneak out for a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have that interview from this past Saturday. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
At Community First Bank, we don't just say we care about our community, we live it. 2018 is the year of you, and with our Local Matters campaign, we are thanking you for shopping local and supporting our local communities. Join us throughout the year as we spotlight local businesses, host special events, and celebrate being part of the communities we serve. With 5 banking locations and 7 ATMs, we offer the largest network of banking facilities in the Jefferson County community. At Community First, we really do strive to put the community first in everything we do. Community First Bank, where local matters.
Hi, Roy Smith with King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon. Introducing Ram Power Days with huge savings on in-stock Ram trucks. Like on the 2018 Ram 1500 regular cab 2-wheel drive Tradesman, MSRP is $31,380. Sale price is $23,999. That's a total savings of $7,381. Our 2018 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 Bighorn, MSRP is $48,960, a sale price of only $37,951. That's an astonishing $11,009 of savings. Or on the all-new 2019 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 Bighorn, with an MSRP of $51,580, it can be yours for just $40,999. If you've been waiting on buying your next Ram truck, don't wait any longer. The time to own is now. The double-digit savings is here during Ram Power Days going on right now here at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
The Saturday morning sports clinic at Crossroads Community Hospital is the perfect way to get you back in the game faster and safer. Physician's assistant Jason Norris is there to treat any sports-related injuries using state-of-the-art on-site CTs, MRIs, X-rays, and more. And there's never an appointment necessary. Just walk in and get treated. That's every Saturday morning from 8 till 11 at Crossroads Community Hospital's main lobby. Crossroads Community Hospital, proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams and Lady Rams.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, or watch us live with high definition at WMIXsports.com. We're back in the SSM Health broadcast booth from Ken Hunt Stadium on this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Coach Kessler sat down with Kyle Norris on the Saturday Sports Show this past weekend. They talked about last week's win over the Triad Knights, 25-17, the final score in that one. They talked about the aura of the locker room and how things went after that big win in which the defense scored 18 of the 25 points. They also talked about some critical keys for tonight against Althoff. Here it is.
Coach, thank you for waking up this morning after, I'm sure, all the celebration you had last night.
Yeah, it was a long night.
I'm sure it was. Well, 25-17. Rams win. How do you feel right now?
Well, I feel great. I mean, it's a great win, and we worked really hard for it, and to pull off a win like that, with all the adversity the kids face, and it feels really good right now.
And, well, I guess most importantly, how did the guys feel last night in the locker room after that win?
No, they were excited. They, at times it felt like they won the Super Bowl or something. They had this vision for a long time, and you can tell it with them. And they just really excited. The bus ride home was really, really exciting, and I had to settle them down several times, but after the long drive, they kind of settled down by the end. But they're just really, really happy with seeing that hard work pays off, and they're excited about next week, and we're going to keep moving on.
And your team, they were down 17-0. So obviously early on, defense struggled a little bit, but man, your defense gave you 18 points last night. They really, once they started clicking, they really put it on Triad. How impressed were you with that defense last night?
I was very impressed. The first half was rough. We had some, I felt like some missed calls on some big plays by them, and some calls that didn't go our way offensively. But they showed us something a little different that we weren't quite ready for at the start, with moving their receivers down to help with blocking. They usually leave them out wide, and it kind of threw our outside linebackers off a little bit, and they were getting cracked, and the corners were coming up, and I felt like they were blocking our corners in the back a lot, and the ref even said he saw it too, but it wasn't his call, and I was like, well, got to make the call, but so that hurt us a little bit at the start, but our guys buckled down, and we made some adjustments, and once they realized the adjustments were working, they turned it up and started performing.
Well, the only thing that I think that we could say about the win from last night, the offense looked better. Still wasn't that great, but they at least found enough of a rhythm to get that one touchdown from Malone to Dameron. What did you think of the offense's performance?
Well, we got in the end zone several times, and the bad thing was a couple of them got called back, and we dropped another touchdown pass, and made up for it later on in the game. But the offense is really close. I feel Coach English is doing a good job. He's put in a lot of work with it, and he's still got a lot of work to go. And he's putting in the work. So I think it's going to pay off here soon, and Malone's starting to perform a lot better, and he struggled at times, but he's starting to become that leader that we need him to, and step up and rally the troops when needed. And he's I think going to lead this offense, and hopefully keep seeing improvement.
Well, next up is South 7 play. Althoff comes calling next week. And I saw that score last night of Althoff and Mater Dei, and I was stunned. I assume that you think this Althoff team is probably better than their 0-3 record shows?
Yeah. You can never count out Althoff. It does seem like they're struggling a little bit right now. But, we were struggling as well at the start of the season, and you just never know when things are going to come together. So, we got to be ready to go against them, and our kids know that they're always a tough opponent, and so I'm ready to watch film on them and see what's going on with their team, and if there's any weaknesses that we can take advantage of. But right now I'm just going to enjoy this win for another day.
Well, and you should enjoy this win for another day. But of course, practice will be coming on Monday, and after this big win, something that could happen going into next Friday is maybe the guys have a little bit of a mental letdown just because it's over, the streak's over. They're not necessarily as hungry just because the streak is over. How are you going to make sure that mental lapse does not happen against an Althoff team who, even though they're 0-3, they could come out and do really well any given week?
Right. We're just going to make sure practice is high week. The kids have a lot more energy now. I feel like we got to put together some really good practices as a coaching staff. I talked to the coaches last night early this morning, about 1 this morning, about we got to put together some good practices and execute practices very well, and so they're already working on that. Working on some individual drills and group drills and things that are going to be high energy, and with this win, I think I'm hoping the kids come in next week with that energy, and we can carry it into Friday.
And so now we're about a third into the season. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the season as a whole right now. Given the expectations you had for your team, how have they played compared to those expectations through the first third of the season?
Well, we talked about it early in the summer that, looking at the schedule, the first 5 weeks is really tough opponents, and the last 4 games are winnable games for us. But, things have changed since the season started. Teams that we thought were going to be a little bit more successful or not quite successful this year, and then other teams like Carbondale, Cahokia look a lot better than we thought they were going to. So things have changed a little bit, but our goal is still the same. We really want to get a couple wins in this first 5 weeks, and we've got one of them right now. We got a chance to get one next week, and then hopefully go to Marion with a 2-2 record and with some momentum, and play on their turf field where we feel we got some speed, and that might help us a little bit. So we're trying to look at all the positives, and come the last 4 games of the season, it's hard to figure out Cahokia right now, but Carbondale's looking good, and Centralia's struggling a little bit, and that's our senior night, and I think our guys perform well against Centralia, and then go to Mount Carmel for the Snake Pit, and we feel we can beat Mount Carmel, so we're just going to keep digging. It's the season's changed a little bit, but not our goals, and we just got to keep plugging away.
My guest here is Mount Vernon head football coach Jared Kessler. And, Coach, given Althoff is coming to town, given they're struggling, how big would it be for your program to knock off this Althoff team on Friday and have a 2-2 start?
Well, I think it's very big. I mean, as coaches, we talked about getting 2 wins in the first 5 weeks, and I think we're on track for that, and that was our first goal, and we were hoping to finish off the season strong and be able to talk about playoffs. But right now it's one game at a time, and if we can knock off Althoff, and while they're struggling, it's going to be very beneficial to our kids, and we can quit talking about the streak and it being over, and just talk about this season and what we see as a successful year, and hopefully get these kids to have a chance to play in the postseason, and that's the goal. I mean, the kids, they're working hard, so I mean, they understand the more work you put in, the better chances you have, and hopefully we'll see that next week and get another win.
And our social media question this week is, what pro or college sports venue do you need to visit before you die?
Well, I'd like to go to Ann Arbor. I mean, I'd like to watch Michigan State. I think that'd be a great game to go watch. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but I'd like to go watch Notre Dame as well. I mean, I love tradition. I love school spirit, and I feel going to both those places would be a good time.
Absolutely. My choice was the Big House as well, because I've been to a game at Ohio State, so I want to see the other side of the rivalry too.
Right.
My guest here, Jared Kessler, the Mount Vernon head football coach. Got a victory last night. Coach, I'll let you get back to celebrating. Thank you for taking some time here out of your Saturday morning.
All right. Thanks for having me.
And that was Kyle Norris' interview with Coach Jared Kessler from this past weekend Saturday Sports Show. You can hear him again tomorrow on AM 940, 96.5 FM, right here, as a matter of fact. Also online at WMIXSports.com. They'll be on after the 8 o'clock news. The Mount Vernon Rams and Althoff Crusaders just moments away from kickoff tonight. Still plenty of Landers Collision Center's pregame to come, including the Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game and the Josh Finley Country Financial starting lineups. It's all coming up right here. Don't forget Landers Collision Centers. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS the next time you need them. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. We'll take a break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Take your crew to the next Rams game in a new Swagger Wagon from Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. Save thousands on every new Toyota CN in stock, like stock number T1845, with an MSRP of $34,999 and a sale price of $29,468. That's a savings of over $5,500, including the Toyota rebate. Stop by and see us just off exit 95 from 57, or shop online at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. We're a new dealer on a new adventure with a new way for you to buy a car.
Get your registration appointment today for spring classes at Wren Lake College. Sophomores can begin enrolling October 10th with open registration starting October 22nd. With over 100 degree and certificate programs, Wren Lake College can put you on the fast track to a new career or continue your education. Registration continues through December 21st for classes starting January 14th. Call 618-437-5321 to set up an appointment. Wren Lake College. Your journey starts here.
Have a deposit to make but don't have time to run to the bank? People's National Bank offers mobile deposit. It's simple, easy, and convenient. Just snap a picture of your check with your smartphone and deposit into your account anytime, from anywhere. It really is that simple. Download the PNB To Go mobile app to get started today. Just tap, snap, and deposit with PNB To Go mobile banking. People's National Bank, proudly serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC. Wireless or service fees may apply.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXSports.com. We'll get a lot of time in this segment of this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. AM 940, 96.5 FM. We're glad to have you with us. The Mount Vernon Rams and the 0-3 Althoff Crusaders tonight. An Althoff team that lost to perennial power Immaculate Conception Catholic 50-14 to open the year. 62-17 loss to Vianney out of St. Louis. That's Kirkwood in week 2, and then Modern Day a 47 zip loss last week. We need to take a break. We'll come back after honoring America from Mount Vernon Township High School. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
With the new Ridgeline, Honda did not set out to build the typical pickup truck. Instead, they designed a capable, innovative, stylish truck that could only come from Honda. Hi, Roy Smith with Roy Smith Honda. The new Honda Ridgeline offers the most passenger volume in its class with comfortable 5-passenger cabin and offers features you just can't find on any other pickup, like a dual-action tailgate, lockable in-bed trunk, and truck bed audio. Every Ridgeline offers a capable 3.5-liter V6 with 280 horsepower, capable of towing up to 5,000 pounds. We did not forget about safety either, with available Honda Sensing that provides peace of mind with collision mitigation braking, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive cruise control. Stop in today and drive yours during our September to Remember Honda Ridgeline sales event right here at Roy Smith Honda, 1705 West Fayette in Effingham, Illinois.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem, your iCar Gold Class collision repair experts. It doesn't matter if your ex-girlfriend took a Louisville Slugger to your driver's rearview mirror and door, your toddler decided to turn your interior into an art museum, or the husband backed over your neighbor's garbage cans this morning. We are fully equipped to get you back on the road faster, regardless of the damage. Trained iCar collision repair technicians, great relationships with insurance companies, courtesy loaner cars, and easy access to rentals are just a few at what make us the best at what we do. So if your buddy decides to Tommy Boy your truck door into a gas station pump, or attempt the infamous Kiki challenge at a high rate of speed, just remember, Landers Collision Centers is here to help. Big or small, we tow and fix them all. Just give us a call at 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Now, back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, WMIX Sports.com in high definition. Tonight is the Mount Vernon Rams welcome the Althoff Crusaders. They open up South 7 Conference play, a 1-2 Ram team. Big win, defensive win over the Triad Knights a week ago. 18 points for the Ram defense en route to a 25-17 win over Triad 1 week ago. That was on the road in rainy conditions. It's hot, it's muggy. It is a Southern Illinois summer night here in September from Ken Hunt Stadium. We're in the SSM Health broadcast booth. Landers Collision Centers. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Kyle Norris alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle, an Althoff team that really does not return much from a year ago. A team that lost to Rochester in the second round of the playoffs. Perennial power in their own right in Class 4A. But for this team, for this outfit, not used to being in this position of 0-3. However, when the season started, they had an offensive line that had no experience whatsoever. No varsity experience, and from how it read, no experience.
But still, with the program that you've got at Althoff, they expect to win year in, year out, whether you've got varsity experience or not. And so them being in this 0-3 position, you know they are hungry for a win tonight. This is nothing, no shot at Mount Vernon at all. But you look at that non-conference schedule they started the year with, Mount Vernon is the most winnable game for them that they've played so far. So you know they are looking for a win tonight. Mount Vernon cannot look ahead, or they can't still be excited after that win over Triad. It's a new week. You've got an Althoff team that's hungry for their first victory. You've got to keep them out of the win column and get your second win here tonight and play hard and make sure that Althoff does not go home a winner.
Rams have not beaten Althoff since 2013. It was a playoff year for Mount Vernon Rams. They went over to Lindenwood University Stadium, stole a win, and came back home, and a season that proved to be playoff worthy. However, tonight, a very different Althoff team. They don't quite have that experience. Their most experienced player could be their kicker, Stone Galloway, who can certainly put it through the uprights. But for this Crusader crew coming in, the Mount Vernon Rams know maybe this is a chance to get back to 500 for the first time since 2015 when they were 1-1. They won week 2 against Charleston in a lightning-shortened game up in Coles County. So looking to get to 500 for the first time since week 2 of 2015. Maybe you kind of get that monkey off of the back. You get that first win since 10-2-15 last week. Maybe you come in tonight. Maybe a little bit of a different atmosphere here. Of course, not a great crowd on hand. It is hot. But maybe for the Rams, this is a chance to get that second straight win.
And, you know, you got to think here that win last week has re-energized the fan base after that 2-year plus long losing streak. And so you got to think that the fans are going to be excited to see their Rams play here tonight, coming off that victory on the road. And it's probably going to be a loud crowd here tonight. So hopefully the Rams can use that to their advantage and force some Althoff mistakes.
What's going on in the rest of South 7, we'll tell you in just a moment. We still also have your Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game and your starting lineup sponsored by Country Financial Agent Josh Finley. It's all still to come on this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We've already had the national anthem. We've already had the loyalty. Now we need another quick break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
Right now, you can get an 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4-wheel drive All-Star that lists for $49,455. We're taking $11,000 off. It brings it down to $38,455. It's unbelievable savings. That will blow away the competition. And at Schmidt Chevrolet, we've got service after the sale. So come in today.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Get back to your sport. Get back to life. The talented team of orthopedic specialists at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois lead the way in sports medicine with the latest non-surgical techniques for a speedy recovery, along with the latest innovations in arthroscopic surgery. Keeping young athletes healthy is their specialty, getting them back on the field sooner after an injury. See Dr. Ben Hool, Dr. Angela Freehill, and PA Devin Hertling today. Call 618-242-3778 or visit orthocenter-si.com.
Hey, sports fans, it's your local State Farm agent, Tony Will. As an athlete, if you want to be successful on the field, on the court, or on the diamond, it takes a good plan, a team working together, and a good coach. At State Farm, we believe in that same approach. Protecting your family from everyday risk doesn't just happen. If your insurance plan isn't working, or if you're going at it alone, let me introduce you to my team. We want to be your coach and get a strategy that works for you. Find me online, stop by my office, or just look for the Jeep. I'll be glad to help.
When you're the people's choice for a favorite Italian restaurant, you're on top of your game, and that's Joe's Pizza. Where else can you go to get the great, superb Chicago-style pizza and amazing pastas? Yup, Joe's is the place. Joe's features homemade sauces from the Trappiano family's secret recipe. At Joe's, you can dine in and carry out, order online, and they deliver to just about anywhere. Experience pizza the way it was meant to be. Joe's Pizza, 819 Jordan in Mount Vernon.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Back on AM 940, 96.5 FM, as well as WMIXsports.com. Taking a quick look around the South 7 Conference tonight. Teams getting into conference play. The Althoff Crusaders are 0-3 here at your Mount Vernon Rams, who are 1-2. A battle of 2-1s as Cahokia travels to Marion tonight. And then bookends of the conference. The Central Orphans, who are winless, head to the undefeated Carbondale Terriers. And who knows what we're going to get out of the conference teams tonight. Marion Cahokia should be a good one down in Williamson County. There's a lot of good games on the docket. Not enough time to get them in on this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Why? Because we owe you the Munkin Buick GMC, the Munkin Toyota keys to the game right here. Kyle Norris has some of tonight's keys.
Two keys I've got for the Mount Vernon Rams tonight. First, you want to hit these Althoff Crusaders in the mouth early. You want to score quick. This team has been outscored so far this year, 159-31. Plus, of course, them being a power football program in Southern Illinois, they are not used to losing. If you hit them hard, get a few scores early, you might frustrate them. They might give up early, and you might steal a victory here at home. Secondly, don't commit penalties at those worst times. 2 offensive touchdowns taken off the board last week because of penalties. The Rams could have put up close to 40 last week if it weren't for those 2 penalties. If they want to beat Althoff tonight, you cannot commit penalties on big plays. Make sure you play clean football.
Drive in and experience why Munkin has been the one to beat for over 50 years. Take Munkin for a test drive at the new Munkin Toyota here in Mount Vernon. The Mount Vernon Rams and Althoff Crusaders tonight. Those were keys to tonight's game, presented by Munkin Toyota Buick GMC. And peace of mind comes standard at Munkin Toyota with the Toyota Care Plan. You're covered with maintenance and roadside assistance for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Find out more at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. We do owe you the starters for tonight's contest. A coin flip going on right now at midfield. We'll see who has the football first. Of course, for Ram fans, that defense a week ago was the star of the game. Let's go ahead and meet the Ram defense presented by Josh Finley of Country Financial.
Absolutely. Let's start with that defensive line. Your defensive ends tonight are, let's see, senior number 22, Chase Palangi, and another senior, number 64, Colby Gentles. Inside on that line, you got number 70, Tyrus Owens, a junior, and then also number 97, a junior, Calvin McMillan. The linebackers here tonight, sophomore number 65, Gabe Taylor, another sophomore number 44, Luke Willis, and then a senior, also known as Spartacus, Kaija Banda. And then let's take a look here. Cornerbacks, Brody Rutherford, a junior, Nick Surza, a senior here for the Mount Vernon Rams. And then finally, your two safeties tonight, a junior, number 5, Amir Span. And then finally, this guy's playing both ways along with Luke Willis. That is sophomore, number 10, Evan Leake.
Contact Josh Finley at Country Financial today to talk about how he can help ensure that the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own, no matter what it looks like. To help protect what matters most, call Josh Finley from Country Financial, 618-242-4024, and we will meet the Althoff offense after the kickoff here as the Rams. We met their defense. They will take the field first, so it just happened to work out as Althoff will have the football to start this one. Kicking off for the Rams when they get there. We'll meet them in just a moment. We'll introduce the Althoff return men. Not a lot of size to this Althoff team. Kyle and I off the air were discussing, and they have just a handful of gentlemen above 6'3", I believe, is what we determined the height was.
3 of them. Only 3, and their tallest receiver is 6'1", so they don't necessarily have height at the receiver position.
Althoff, of course, in their away white tops with navy numerics trimmed in gold. Gold helmets with the little bit of navy touch, navy pants for this Crusader unit. Rams in all blacks, white numerics, orange striping around the sleeves and collar, and the matte black helmets with the MV emblazoned upon each side. Evan Leake will handle the kickoff duty. Jeremiah Miller will be one of the return men back at about the 10-yard line. The other is Cameron Rogers for the Crusaders. The kick is up, but it'll land at about the 25, picked up by number 7, Hayes Taylor, a wingback on this offense that we'll get to know in a moment. He's still at the 30. Rams are quick to close on him at a 5-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 30-yard line. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris alongside will meet the Althoff offense.
And out on the offensive line here tonight for Althoff, Mac Harris, a junior, number 55, Booker Grisby, a senior, number 60, number 64, a junior, Nick Greenwood, and another senior, number 65, Jacob Shields. Wingbacks here tonight for Althoff, number 7, as Hugo mentioned, Hayes Taylor, and then also number 1, Dylan Appleton, running back tonight, Cameron Rogers here for the Althoff Crusaders. The split ends tonight, Jaden Fridge and Nick Alberco, and then the quarterback, Will Ake.
Man in motion as the quarterback will hand off on an off tackle right up the middle. The ball carrier for the Crusaders was Rogers. He'll get to about the 39-yard line. It'll bring up about 2nd and short here for Althoff. Starting lineups presented by Country Financial agent Josh Finley. Learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial, 618-242-4024. As Althoff will spread it out here, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. The quarterback, of course, Will Ake, the 6'2", 185-pound junior. As they're sorting things out, it was a 10-yard gain. They will give a very generous spot of the ball in the first carry. So a 10-yard gain for the back. Rogers leads to a first down for the Crusaders out of the pistol. They spread it out here. Another inside handoff. He has some running room right up the middle, and he is going to go past midfield down to the 40, 35-30, giving Chase a span, and he will trip him up. Touchdown saving tackle inside the 20. They get to the red zone, as that will be a gain of about, I'm going to go with about 45 yards.
Yep.
On the carry by Rogers. So he has 55 yards on 2 carries. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for Althoff inside the red zone. They actually give it to about the 16 instead of the 15, but the Crusaders are trying to strike first. And now an inside handoff to the right side. Off tackle for Jeremiah Miller. He's 5'5", doesn't get very far. Well, looks can be deceiving. He got inside the 15 down to about the 12. So it'll be a gain of about 4. Bring up 2nd and 6 now for the Althoff Crusaders. Community First Bank takes pride in supporting their communities, various sponsorships, donations, and partnerships. They love to be a part of the action. No better action than Mount Vernon Rams football on 2nd and 6. Should be a motion penalty against the Crusaders if the officials and I saw the same thing at the same time, although Althoff is clapping as if it could be against the Rams, and it will be offsides against the Rams. So it'll push Althoff up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 1 here. Ball will be on about the 6 or 7 yard line here with 10:50 to play in the very first quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium. Not quite the way the Rams wanted this one to begin. Very good drive by Althoff to start. Again, we don't know what we're seeing out of the Crusaders. You look at IC Catholic, you look at Vianney, and Mater Dei, 3 very good teams to open up the year, and their record could very well be deceiving. In motion again, and now an inside handoff, and this probably will be that motion penalty I talked about earlier. They did the same thing again.
False start, Crusaders.
So it'll back it up 5 yards and erase the Ram offside, so we'll do it all over again.
And you might as well just act like those penalties didn't happen. It just killed 2 minutes of our lives.
That it did, as with 10:38 left to go in the first quarter, about a minute and 22 seconds into this one. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside, Zach Mattmiller running the camera at WMIXsports.com. Brianna Sanders taking care of things back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight. We're all over Facebook, Twitter, and the Gram at WMIX Sports. We'll have a full scoreboard later tonight, sponsored by Tony Wiltz at WMIXsports.com. And on 2nd and 6, out of the gun for Ake. In motion, it'll be a fumbled handoff, and the Rams will pick up that fumble. That was Willis, I believe, picking it up. Luke Willis on the dive. The 5'11 linebacker comes in to force the turnover, and the Rams will have possession. 1st and 10 with 10:27 to go. We're scoreless so far in the opening quarter. Big turnover.
Well, this looks a lot like that triad game from last time. Defense forced a lot of turnovers, and now the offense is on the field.
So with 10:27 left to go here in the first quarter, Luke Willis gets the pickup on the fumble. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball on their own 23-yard line between the hashes as they move right to left here in the first. 10:27 left. We're scoreless. Leak will split out to the left side. Willis left slot. Man split off to the right. Badger the back for the quarterback, Nick Malone. Started the year at wide receiver and then had to come into the first week, return to quarterback. And now on an option here, Malone is going to break a couple of tackles. Rolling to the right side, gets to the far sideline. First down yardage, cuts back to the near side at the 40. Still on the sideline to about the 43. That'll be a gain of 20 on the ground for old number 4. It'll be 1st and 10 as a chains move for the Mount Vernon Rams. If you're looking for a new doctor, go to ssmhealth.com/doctors. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. And a run like that can heal your offense in a hurry. Ball is on the 42-yard line, still in Ram territory. Far hash will be the spot. 10:08 left to go here in the first quarter. Still looking for a score. Clock will drop below that 10-minute mark now. 1st and 10 out of the pistol for Malone. This time it's going to be a bad handoff. Running back unable to come up with it. The Rams will turn it over, it would appear, from up here as Althoff will get it right back. And Althoff will have the football on the fumble. That was Mac Harris, the tackle, who picked it up. It'll be 1st and 10 for Althoff, and both teams have fumbled and turned it over tonight.
That wasn't exactly the offensive start that Mount Vernon was looking for. A good run there from Nick Malone on that first play, but then well, what can you say? He turned it over on the very next play.
First and 10 now for the Crusaders. They get it right back in Ram territory. Ball on the 38-yard line between the hashes as Althoff looking to move it back down the field. All the action tonight, every night, sponsored by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Mount Vernon Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Proud to sponsor Mount Vernon Rams football tonight. Ake, the quarterback, in the face of his running back, Rogers, who has over 50 yards tonight on a few carries. Now, play action, we'll have a penalty. It'll be a pass complete to the flat at about the 40, make that the 39, down to about the 35, was Hayes Taylor. We'll see what this flag is on the play and see where it's going. As of right now, that's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5, but we'll see if it comes backward on a penalty, depending upon the call. 9:40 left to go here in the first quarter. No score between the Mount Vernon Rams and Althoff Crusaders. White hat now looking to this near sideline. And now he'll indicate the call. It'll be a penalty. Motion penalty against the Althoff Crusaders. We'll back them up 5 yards. Should be 1st and 15 from about the 43-yard line, and that is where Althoff will have it on this well, we're in this possession, at least for this set, this down, with 9:40 to go here in the first. Still no score.
And time for Kyle to take those stats off of the stat book with that penalty.
And now looking downfield, left side, it'll be a pass that is it complete? It was bobbled, and they're going to say he is down at about the 1-yard line. Bobbled, looked like it may have hit the ground. Dylan Appleton came up with it. It'll be a 42-yard gain through the air, and they're going to say that's a completed pass down at the 1-yard line. So on 1st and 15, rolling out the pass was the quarterback, Ake, and he found his man down that left sideline. And coming up with it, a huge catch, Dylan Appleton, 42 yards through the air. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. 9:27 to go in this opening quarter. Althoff looking to strike first. And now here comes a carry inside that far corner. Up the left side, a little sweep by Jeremiah Miller. And Miller picks up the 1-yard touchdown run for Althoff. And now the Crusaders take a 6-0 lead, and Stone Galloway will come on, the senior, for the point after. At least I would assume they have the kicker. They like to exploit that. Streaming at WMIXSports.com, sponsored by Rend Lake College. Log on to rlc.edu. See how you can save thousands in that collegiate education. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here. So about 9:19 left to go in the first quarter. 6-0 ball game. Althoff on top. They fumbled on their first drive. The Rams would subsequently fumble on their first drive. Althoff the last laugh on a 1-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Miller. Galloway on for the PAT. Here comes the kick. It is up. It has the distance. Does it have the location? It does. It'll be 7-0 Althoff on the point after. Now, that changes things. 9:19 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Althoff when he thought the Rams might get a big break and have have an opportunity to do something with it.
Well, basically, take the 2 turnovers off the board, and that's kind of exactly what happened here. Althoff really scored on their first opportunity after each team forced a turnover. All it really does is just add a turnover to each team's scorebook. And so, well, now it's Mount Vernon's basically their first drive off the kickoff.
It is. We never met the Ram offense. We need to meet the Ram offense, sponsored by Josh Finley of Country Financial.
Yeah, let's do that now that we've got some time here. Let's start with that offensive line. We'll start with number 67, Augie Carnes, number 74, Devin Edwards, number 68, Javen Jones, number 66, DeMarcus Craig, and number 58, Anthony Green. Your wide receivers tonight for Mount Vernon, number 44, Luke Willis, number 10, Evan Leake, number 6, James Ware, and number 2, Isaiah Dameron. Running back tonight is number 3, Eli Badger, and as we've already seen, your starting quarterback tonight is the very versatile senior, number 4, Nick Malone.
9:19 left to go in the opening quarter. 7-0, the Rams trail Althoff. Galloway on the kickoff. Back to return are Dameron and Leake at about the 5-yard line for the Rams. Galloway can kick every bit that distance. As here it comes. More of a line drive, and that'll be picked up at about the 11 by Dameron. He'll wedge up the middle here. Now looking to the near hash. He's at the 32, 33. We'll have a flag. Brought down finally at the 34-yard line, but I have a feeling that's not where the Rams will have it. 1st and 10 with 9:12 left to go after Althoff takes the early 7-0 lead here in the King City.
Normally when there's a flag on a kick return, punt return, it's normally not a good sign for the receiving team.
See if we get any sign whatsoever. For any sports-related injury, you need the Saturday Morning Sports Clinic from 8 until 11 inside the main lobby of Crossroads Community Hospital. Walk in. There's no appointment needed. Treatment by Jason Doris, PA, on site with same-day x-rays, MRIs, and CTs. Get back in the game faster and safely with the Saturday Morning Sports Clinic at Crossroads Community Hospital. 9:12 left to go here in the first quarter. It's a 7-zip score as Althoff has the lead here early. Still waiting to see what this penalty is.
I think it was a block in the back.
So, Crossroads Community Hospital also sponsors Saturday Sports Show. Who we have tomorrow?
All right, so the main interview, the feature interview tomorrow, I've got a 2-segment interview with Jeff Fricknick. We're going to talk about the future of MVTHS athletic facilities. We'll also have Coach K. We'll have Vimal Patel, the Mount Vernon soccer coach as well. Kurt Simon, Carmi football, Cody Wingo, Ziegler Royalton volleyball, and Matt Hampelman, West Frankfort cross country. That's your lineup tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Show.
9:12 left to go here. We are in the first quarter. Rams will have it finally from the 19-yard line, so the penalty pushed them back about 15 yards. 7-zip score. Althoff on top. The Rams hoping to change that out of the pistol. 2 right, 1 left. Tight left side with Willis. It'll be an inside handoff, it would appear, to Badger, who gets to the 20 for a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 for this Ram outfit. Community First Bank takes pride in supporting their community's various sponsorships, donations, and partnerships. They love to be a part of the action. There's no better action than Mount Vernon Rams football. 2nd and 9 here, 8:48 mark here of this first quarter. 7-zip your score. And now, 2 left, 1 to the right for the Rams. Malone, the quarterback. Out of the gun with the back behind the pistol. Waiting for the snap on 2nd and 9 on the near hash from the 20. 2-step drop, looking, now a roll to the right. It'll be completed to Badger. He has running room with the right side to the 30. He dives ahead to the 35. That'll be a gain of about 15. Little pass into the backfield for Badger. And now he gets first down yardage for the Rams. It'll be 1st and 10, 8:23 mark of the opening quarter. 7-zip Althoff lead.
Nice job there by Nick Malone. He was facing pressure, and he found a wide open receiver for the 15-yard gain.
2 to the right. Willis to the left for the Rams. Maybe they'll throw a third. Leak will be in the right as well. And we have, I don't know, more whistles and arm motions and mechanics than we could possibly need on a hot Friday night. 8:05 to go out of the pistol for the Rams. 1st and 10 from the 34. Quarterback keeper will have a flag. I think got back to the original line of scrimmage, or I should say the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 now.
And it's a hold on Mount Vernon. So, take 10 yards off.
Quick score update for you. After 1, Benton and Heron are scoreless.
Ooh.
So are Carmi and El Dorado. Scoreboard update sponsored by Tony Wilt. Glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. You can find the White State Farm Jeep in various places at WMIXSports.com. 7:57 to go. Left in this first quarter. 7-0 Althoff. Rams have it. 1st and 20. All the way back at about the 24-yard line. We'll drop below the 7:40 mark on this play. Malone looks at his wrist, checking out the play. Split left, 2 to the right. Now another play, and this is opposite play to Badger out in the backfield, and we will have a flag as he has dropped at about the 18. Right now a loss of 6. But could be a penalty.
That penalty came after the tackle, so I'm interested to see what this is going to be.
$7-0 score. Althoff on top. And now a penalty on the Crusaders.
That is the signal for targeting in college football. I don't think that's a thing in Illinois high school football, but we'll go with illegal tackle.
That's going to move the marker to about the 35-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty from the spot. And now Willis will come to the left, 3 to the right. Leak, Span, and Dameron, it would look like. For the quarterback, Nick Malone with Badger the back. 7:10 mark of this first quarter. Looking for the quick pass. It's out in the flat, complete to Dameron. Nice stutter step at about the 40-yard line. Looking to get to that far sideline. He'll be driven ahead to about the 44. We'll see if they give it to, nope, they'll give it to the 43. Gain of 8 by Dameron with the catch. 6:55 mark of this first quarter. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Glad to be back with streaming video tonight. The friendly internet confines of the SSM Health broadcast booth here at home. Didn't quite have that cell data necessary to get you that high-definition uplink a week ago from Troy.
Which is surprising since it's the St. Louis suburbs, but
you would think, but I've historically had trouble there. Just forgot about that last week. Also wasn't streaming high definition the last time. 6:23 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Althoff lead. Far hash spot. It'll be an option here for Malone. Nice reaction to try to get that first down. It was a fake handoff to Badger. Kept it himself, started to sweep, and then ran up the middle and may have gotten it.
I think he did get it. He did.
So first down run, gain of about 1.5 for Nick Malone. And with 6:14 to go in the first, the chains will move as the Rams are trying to chunk some yardage here in this opening quarter, trying to counter that 7-0 Althoff lead. Easy to see the 0-3 Althoff team coming in and start to smell a little blood in the water, but you look at an Althoff team that's played a much tougher schedule than that of Mount Vernon, Centralia, Carbondale, especially Carbondale, Cahokia, and even Marion. Out of the pistol for Malone, off from the 44. He is going to have to run to this near side and dump one off across his body out of bounds. Good play by Malone to get rid of it. It'll be incomplete with 5:42 to go on the first. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Rams. The ball in the 44 on the near hash for Malone and company.
Malone right now facing a lot more pressure than he had to face last week against Triad, even really the week before against Dunlap as well. And so he's going to have to find a way to make some plays, whether it's with his arm or with his legs, against an Althoff team that right now is trying to feast on the offensive line.
So 5:42 remains in the quarter. Rams with it, 2nd and 10 from their own 44, just inside the near hash. Malone calling for the ball. Throws one over the top of the receivers. It's going to be complete to Willis. He's at the 40, 35 between the hashes, trying to get to the 30. He's pulled down to about the 40, make that the 33-yard line. That will be about 23 yards on the completion with 5:30 left to go here in the first quarter. Great completion to Willis. And now, quick scoreboard update sponsored by Tony Wilt State Farm. Sesterville Waltonville, an 8-0 lead over Johnston City. We don't have the time on the clock in that one. But the Red Devils trying to roll to 4-0. No longer Woodlawn the co-op, just Sesterville and Waltonville. The way it was pre-2003. 5:20 to go here in the quarter. Out of the gun/pistol. It'll be a tough handoff. Malone's going to have to do something with it. Trying to break a tackle. He'll graciously accept the sack at about the 40. It's better than a loss of possession. 8-yard loss will bring it to 2nd and 18. Great job by Malone to A, get it back, but B, prevent the turnover.
Malone had a nice average yards per rush before that 8-yard loss right there. I think that dropped his average about 6 yards.
Two left, one to the right. Quarterback out of the pistol, and now another handoff. Yep, and they sniff it out. Not going anywhere. It'll be another loss. 3rd and a little bit deeper. 3rd and 19 for the Rams.
Badger the ball carrier. Tackled by Nolan Schmidt.
So now 3rd and long here for Mount Vernon, and they need some help. They've had some good long plays here today, though. The offense looks better than it did, especially 2 weeks ago against Dunlap, and even better than last week so far.
Drop below the 4-minute mark here. Ball on the 42-yard line in Althoff territory for 3rd and 20 for the Rams. Got to get something done here. They're bringing pressure off the edge, but it'll be a completed pass to Leak. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and now brought down inside the 30 at about the 27. Caught it near the near sideline, then darted back toward the hash. A nice gain. It'll bring up 4th and manageable, as it'll be a gain of about
14.
Thereabouts. So it'll make it 4th and about 6. With 3:25 left to go here. And, of course, the Rams are going to go forward with the ball on the 27-yard line. See what they can make happen. Your major guest has made his appearance in the SSM Health broadcast booth.
Well, there
Saturday
he is.
Sports Show tomorrow. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. A pleasure to be here with you on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 7-zip the score. And now back to pass Malone. Looking for the fade route down that sideline, and that one will be just behind the receiver. The pass interference will be rung up on Dylan Appleton, who will come up with the OPI. He's the one that made the big catch of 42 yards earlier to set up the Althoff score from the 1. And now, near the 5, comes up with a flag. More than likely DPI, and this one will give the Rams a first down for sure.
That is exactly what Althoff was not looking to do right there. They're going to give Mount Vernon another chance when they had him stopped.
2:54 left to go here in the first quarter. For the Mount Vernon Rams, this could be a successful drive as they will now have 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line here from Ken Hunt Stadium. Glad to be with you. Community First Bank of the Heartlands, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. 1st and 10 from the 14. After the pass interference penalty, Rams will split to the left side. Tighten up on both ends, and now looking for the play from Malone out of the pistol set. The official will finally spot the ball. 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line. They're in the red zone for sure. Handoff will go to Badger up the right side, looking to sweep toward the 10. Gets there. Gain of about 4 will make it 2nd and a manageable 6 here for the Rams, getting deeper into the red zone, looking for their first score of the night, trying to crack that goose egg on the scoreboard. On a steamy night in Jefferson County, the Mount Vernon Rams looking to make the home crowd proud here on their 2nd drive of the night. Avoided a turnover in the backfield a little bit earlier, and now have turned it into 2nd and 5 from the 10. And we await the snap of the football. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Leak is the man split left side. That's where they're looking. On the slant pass, it'll be underthrown at about the 5. Leak had beat his defender, Appleton, but the throw didn't quite get there. It'll be 3rd and 5. Clock will stop with 2:08 left to go here in this first quarter. We'll have your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime report coming up at the break. Still a quarter plus of football left before we get to that point. We'll talk about the first half of action, preview the second half, get you some scores. It's funny how that works. It's all coming up at the half. 2:08 left in this first quarter, however. Dameron will come line up on the left side, so 3 left, 1 right. Lone back is Badger. Quarterback is Mr. Malone. Awaiting the snap. There it is. He'll roll to the right side through a wall, and he'll try to dive forward, 10 inside to the 8. That'll bring up 4th and about 3. That play just broke down. Althoff wasn't fooled, and now they get the tackle. Luckily, Malone able to lunge forward for a couple of quick yards. But that's all they'll get out of the play.
Well, it looks like they're going to actually make that for a loss here. I think they're going to take 2 yards from Malone there. So it's going to be 4th and 7. Good news, you do not need a touchdown to get a first. It's only 4th and 7. It's not 4th and goal. Bad news is it's still 4th down again, and I wouldn't rely on another penalty.
And now for the Rams out of the pistol. Malone, the quarterback, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Lone back in the backfield, and they are going to sack him easily at about the 20-yard line. So it'll be a turnover on downs for the Mount Vernon Rams. Althoff will have the football, and again, no protection up front allows them to steamroll and get to Malone. Get to Malone, then steamroll. How about that? It'll be a turnover on downs. Althoff will have the football at about their own 20-yard line on the turnover on downs.
And just looking at that drive, overall, executing plays, the offense looks more confident. But with that being said, the offensive line right now is not giving Nick Malone and those running backs any kind of protection against this Althoff defensive line.
And a score that's difficult to believe. Centralia leads Carbondale 3-0 after 1.
Another wow.
Yeah, not used to them having a field goal unit. As they are looking for a pass in the flat, more of a lateral. Nobody's really rushing to get the football. It went behind the action, so therefore a lateral, and I think Althoff thought it was incomplete, but either way, it was not forward. At least it did not seem to be. We'll see what the official ruling is going to be, but it could be a loss, and we'll see what they rule here. See what the white hat rules, as I believe they were looking for number 9 in the backfield, Jeremiah Miller. It should be a loss of yardage on the play to about the 14-yard line. If so, a loss of 6 would make it 2nd and 16 here with 1:10 left to go in the first quarter.
And now we've got more arm motions because they've apparently changed their minds. It's not a lateral, it's an incomplete.
So now it's an incomplete pass, and it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20. 1:11 to go here in the first quarter. West Frankfort and Harrisburg are scoreless after 1. Frankfort's 2-1. Harrisburg's 0-3. As now it'll be a carry. A little sweep action out of the backfield and brought down at the 15 for a loss of 5 will be the ball carry. It looked like they were going to Number 9 again, Jeremiah Miller, after so much success earlier with Cameron Rogers. They've dialed up number 9 a couple of times. He gets them a loss of 5. It'll be 3rd and 15 with less than a minute to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 Althoff on top. And so now for the Crusaders, the Ram defense has been a little strong on this drive. Encouraging the Ram fans to get on their feet, stamp those bleachers, and make some noise. As now the snap will be a pump fake. Left side looking for the slant pass. And we're going to have a flag on what was a clean bat away by Brody Rutherford.
Oh, man.
And if this is going to be pass interference,
that's a horrible call.
This will be the tie for the worst call of the night. This has been anything but good with 30 seconds left to go. 7-0 the score. The only thing I think they could have would be if one hand was physically on the back of the receiver and pushing him forward, I guess.
And that's a weak call at that. Man, that's a bad call.
I thought it was a great defense for a high school kid, and now it'll be a penalty and it'll be a break for the Crusaders. Of course, the Rams have been a factor of a pass interference earlier.
Yeah.
A little more convincing than this one. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Althoff from the 30. And so Ram defense that was bending but certainly did not break, now has come up bust to a bad hand. Play action left side. This one will be through the hands of Dylan Appleton. The Ram corner appeared to be a little more prevent that time. Did not charge on the play, but waited for it to develop and nothing happened. 2nd and 10 now for the Crusaders. 27.1 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Don't forget the action every time out, sponsored by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Mount Vernon Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. And now a sweep to the right side for the man that's had the success. It's Cameron Rogers to the 35, still on his feet at about the 40, drags the wall with him. Might have gotten to about the 39. We'll have a flag on the play. Got to be kidding me. Gain of about 9 would make it about 3rd and 1 or so. But we'll see what they go with here. Unreal. 16.9 seconds left to go here in this first quarter.
We have a flag.
And Coach Kessler right now having some words with the referee. Might be a sideline warning.
I certainly couldn't blame the sideline for getting warned. That's just me. So it'll be shy of the 40 at about the 39, gain of 9. We'll make it 2nd and 1 for the Crusaders, unless, of course, there was a penalty.
It is a sideline warning on Mount Vernon.
So just a warning. 2nd and 1 it is, with about 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Now inside handoff, it'll be to Rogers again, and he'll run right up the middle, getting first down yardage on the gain of 3. Just ran right up the gut, got 3 yards, got the first down. Cameron Rogers, the 6'1", just under 200-pound senior running back, and now 1st and 10 for Althoff with 4.9 seconds left. Clock will pause momentarily to move the chains, but once it runs, I doubt we get a playoff. And that'll be how the first quarter comes to a close. After 1, the Althoff Crusaders 7, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
This is Jason Newell with Community First Bank. We believe in promoting the growth of the ag community by supporting our local 4-H and FFA organizations. We know they are the future of agriculture. And when it comes to agriculture, Community First Bank has deep roots in Southern Illinois. We are committed to providing the combination of competitive rates, quick decision-making, and a local agricultural understanding you won't find at large corporate banks. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina, where local matters.
Get the job done this fall in style in a new Ram truck from Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville. It's Ram Power Days, so get a fantastic deal now. Come see why so many people choose Holzhauer. Tax, title, license, and doc not included. Rebates and discounts have been applied. See us on Facebook or go to holzhauers.com. Saving on new Chrysler inventory during the Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports, around 127 North in Nashville.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXsports.com. Powered by Rend Lake College.
Start the second quarter here from the SSM Health broadcast booth. Thanks to Community First Bank of the Heartland. Althoff back to pass on 1st and 10. And that'll be a sack. That's great work by the Mount Vernon Rams. I only saw... I didn't really see anybody coming on
there's
that
a
one.
team
Mason
of them.
Johnston on it.
There's a team of them on there. Credit to the entire defense, which that's how this defense has played all year long. They've been such a team effort, doing so well collectively, especially these past few weeks.
11:30 left to go in the second quarter. 7-0 Althoff, in case you've just tuned in to WMIX Mount Vernon. Free service from Withers Broadcasting. The second quarter underway. 2nd and 16 after the sack. Ball in the Althoff 37. Far hash. They move left to right. They're trailing the running back. They can't bring him down. And now, finally, a man on the play, but running the sideline at midfield to the 45 and out of bounds will be number 9, Jeremiah Miller. His last name escaped me, but Miller was able to get it past midfield. A great gain there at least. They run him out at about the 43-yard line, so we'll go from 43 to 43 for a gain of about, actually longer than that, a gain of about 15, 16, 18, somewhere in there.
37, or let's see.
Don't remember where the ball was
13 plus 7. I think it was a 20-yard gain.
All right. Out of the pistol here, and now a jet sweep. Nope, it'll be an inside handoff to Cameron Rogers. Right up the gut again, gets about 5 on the play, past the 40. Looked like he got to the 38. Should be a gain of 5 to me. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 now for Althoff.
So far, Cameron Rogers has 5 rushing attempts, 71 yards here. So he has been a load for this Althoff offense.
10:44 left to go in the first half. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders 7-0. Althoff of the football into Mount Vernon territory, and now it'll be a sweep. Nope, quarterback keeper ain't going to keep it himself. Had the option of going sweep, but kept it himself. Got to the 31-yard line. Gain of 7 will be first down yardage plus. So a gain of 7 on the ground on the QB keeper. 10:30 left to go here in this first half of play. Joe's Pizza and Pasta is the people's choice for Italian. Try their Tuesday night 2 pasta special or large 2 topping with 12 wings on Wednesday. And all-you-can-eat spaghetti on Thursdays. Take your friends and head to Joe's Pizza just off of the square on Jordan in Mount Vernon. Inside handoff again to Rogers this time. Finally a jersey grab at about the 30. Great one-handed tackle by Chase Belangi. And now looks like maybe a 2-yard gain to make it 2nd and 8 as we'll drop below the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. Looks like we're going to have a timeout for the Rams here. First time out of the night for either side. Have you ever thought about starting a business, or maybe you're looking to expand an existing business? First Mid Bank and Trust was recently recognized as the 2017 SBA Community Bank of the Year. Stop by First Mid and talk to Michelle about making your business dreams come true. First Mid is an equal housing lender, so First Mid Bank and Trust timeout on the field. 10:05 left to go in the first half. 2nd and 8 is what it'll be coming out of the timeout. The ball is on the 30-yard line as Althoff moving the football right to left here in the second quarter.
And so far, this Althoff offense has had a little bit, well, it's really been even success. The only difference in the game here so far is Mount Vernon couldn't close their scoring drive with a touchdown. They instead turned it over on downs. Althoff was able to get into the end zone.
So out of the timeout, Althoff football, 2nd and 8. They lead 7-0 here in the King City. 2 right, 2 left, single back set. It looks like Miller will be the running back for the quarterback Ake. Out of the gun, 2 left, 2 to the right. And now 3-step drop to pass, looking right side over the top, and we'll have a flag as it falls incomplete inside the 5-yard line. The intended target on a slant was number 21, Alberico. But we're going to have a penalty here. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be against Althoff, and it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Unless they decline.
It's probably a hold. Or no, ineligible man downfield is what they're calling on Althoff.
So it'll bump it back just a little bit. As we get the signal again. And now at the 35-yard line, the Crusaders are backed up. It'll be 2nd and about 13. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside, Matt Miller with us in the broadcast booth. Brianna Sanders back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight. Your WMIX sports team as single back out of the gun. For Ake, looking left side, plenty of time to throw, and this one will be a diving effort. Looks like it's complete to Appleton. As he was diving toward the sideline, he was down in bounds. It'll be down to about the 26. Gain of 9 will bring up 3rd and 5 with 9:45 left to go in this first quarter. Streaming video at WMIXsports.com, sponsored by Rend Lake College. Log on to rlc.edu and see how you can save thousands on your collegiate education. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here. So on 3rd and 4 for the Crusaders out of the gun. Play action looking to the left side. That one is going to be batted away by Brody Rutherford. By definition, that should have been pass interference, but he gets away with it this time.
Let's call it a makeup call and move on.
That was more of a possible PI than the last one, and I mean by their definition, not the true definition of the rule. If the last one was, that should have been. But we'll get over it. 4th and 4 now for the Crusaders, and I'm guessing the kicking unit will come on. For Stone Galloway to try the field goal.
This is going to be a 43-yard attempt here for Galloway.
See if he can knock down this 43-yarder. Longest we've seen on WMIX is 53 yards. Gets the kick off, has the leg. Does he have the location? He does. A 43-yard field goal makes it 10-zip. Well, sir.
43-yard field goal by Stone Galloway.
So knocks down a 43-yarder and gives the Crusaders a 10-0 lead. 9:21 left to go. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. Is up at the half. We'll have your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime report. We'll talk about the first half, talk about maybe preview the second half. Well, no, we don't want that. We want for any sports-related injury, you need the Saturday Morning Sports Clinic from 8 until 11 inside the main lobby of Crossroads Community Hospital. There's no appointment needed. Get treatment by Jason Doris on site with same-day x-rays, MRIs, and CTs. Get back in the game faster and safely with the Saturday Morning Sports Clinic at Crossroads Community Hospital. Althoff will kick off up 10-zip with 9:21 left to go in the second quarter. Rams will have Dameron and Leak back to return, but will it get that far? Maxwell will be out there. Spann will be out there. Looks like we will also have, I can't see the jersey number, relying on physical build, but Chase Belangi is out there at about the 40. I'd like to get the guy at the 25. Malone, why is he out there? But Malone is on the kick return unit. Thought that's who it looked like, but that was going to be the last man I would have guessed. 9:20 left to go here in the half, and now kickoff will be a boomer. And it'll be back into the end zone. Touchback, a 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Mount Vernon Rams. All right. Rams next week are on the road. First of 2 straight road games. Marion next week. It'll be their pink out night as it annually is. We'll have the coverage at 6:30. Kickoff at 7 on AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXsports.com.
Normally, this is where you go through the entire schedule, which I'm amazed that you have the whole thing memorized.
Doesn't change. You just alternate the conference sites every year. Already passed the one change in the schedule this year. 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20, 9:21 left in the half. Out of the pistol, it'll be option. No, it will be an inside handoff. It fooled everybody. Well, fooled me. Didn't fool the line. It'll be a gain of about 2 for Badger on the carry. It'll bring up 2nd down for the Rams. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 from the 22 is where it'll be with 9:04 left to go in this second quarter.
That is probably why you're the broadcaster and not on that Althoff defense.
No kidding. As now, Crusaders will switch up with the Ram package, and now for the Rams, they'll be split 2 to the right from their own 22. Malone, the quarterback. 8:41 left to go here in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Rams. Ball between the hashes, moving left to right. And now Malone was looking for the pass. He threw off balance looking for Badger. It was almost picked off by a combination of Appleton and number 11, Chris Bradley Jr., amongst others. It falls incomplete for third down. Third down and 8. 8:33 to go here in this second quarter.
And Chris Bradley Jr. there, he had one hand on it. If he had caught that, it would have been a one-handed interception, and that would have been one of the plays of the year.
So they'll go 2, 3 left this time, 1 to the right. Ware, the lone man to the right side for the Rams. Malone, the quarterback. Badger, the back behind him out of this pistol set. 8:33 left. Third and 8 for the Rams from their own 22-yard line. Between the hashes on the spot, Malone calls for the snap. Looking downfield, throws off his back feet, and Dameron is trying to come up with it, but it's going to be batted away at the last moment. It's broken up. I think Appleton was in on that one for the Crusaders. That was a great pass, although it was off the back of his feet, off the heels. It'll bring up 4th and 8 now for the Rams with 8:28 left to go here in this second quarter.
And again, let's not forget, last week Mount Vernon was down 17-0 around this point to Triad. We all know what happened last week.
No doubt about it. 8:28 left to go here. Still plenty of time in the half. The defense could come up big against the Crusaders as Leak is on to punt. Appleton back to return at about midfield. Looks like Albarico as well. It'll be Appleton at about the 47. To the near side he goes. 45-40. He has some speed. 35-30. Brought down. Initial contact made by Spartacus at about the 30-yard line, but it'll be great field position for the Crusaders. I think they're going to go at about the 28. I don't know about that. I thought he got to the 30. Now you have... Okay, on this side they're going to say the 30. Spotting the football at the 28. He's wrong.
32. 33, actually.
Oh, yeah, 33. Sorry. So bedazzled by the fact that 3 guys were saying where the spot was, and you have somebody else disagreeing.
But there was a penalty on Althoff. I don't know where that flag came from.
Crusaders.
The penalty was at the 41, and they're going to move it back 10 yards from there. So break for Mount Vernon right there.
Run up as a 1-yard net return for Dylan Appleton, the 5'10 junior. 8:16 left to go. Here in the first half of play, Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show will be coming your way. I'll use some Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard updates. We'll get some of those in as we can. Tony Wilt, glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. See how you can get to a better state with State Farm. Althoff has some players from different states, as this will be a sweep to the right side for Cameron Rogers. Maybe not as many this year. You see quite a few Missouri plates in the Althoff parking lots. As it'll be 2nd and 5 on the 5-yard gain by Rogers.
I was about ready to say, I hope there's no more than Missouri and Illinois, because if they're driving from Iowa or Kentucky or Arkansas to go to Althoff, they have a long commute in the morning.
And so now, 2nd and 4 for the Crusaders. Generous spot. Ball's on the 45. 7:40 left to go in this second quarter. Quick snap, I should say, to Akes. Now the handoff to Rogers. He'll have first down yardage down to the 40-yard line. Breaks through the cluster at about the 36. Finally brought down as they regain control, but he got inside the 35, and Rams will react as if they had the football, but doesn't look that way. Inside the 35, maybe. We'll see where they spot it. They might give it right to the 35, gain of 10. Be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Live from the SSM Health broadcast booth on AM 940 and 96.5 FM, or log on and watch it in high definition at WMIXsports.com. If you're looking for a new doctor, go to ssmhealth.com/doctors. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. With a man in motion, it's going to be a sweep play to the near side for Hayes Taylor. He'll come away with a loss, but no, regains his footing. They can't bring him down inside the 35, down to about the 33, gain of about 3. Unbelievable.
He was down, except when he was able to keep himself up by putting his hands on the ground so that his knees didn't touch the ground. And so he started kind of going backwards and was able to turn himself around, which is the reason why that turned into a gain instead of a loss.
So 6:45 left to go in the first half. 10-0 Althoff. 2nd and 10 It is for the for the Althoff Crusaders. They're down to the Mount Vernon 33-yard line. Ake, the quarterback. Rolling to the right side. The Rams will give chase. Off-balance throw toward the far sideline. Appleton got a foot down. That'll be completed. First down at about the 23. Aki, the pronunciation. My apologies. Going with a English dictionary pronunciation.
Yeah,
given the spelling.
I started us with that. That's my fault.
That's what I would have gone with. 6:17 to go. Here in the quarter. 10-0 Althoff on top. Steamy night in the King City. Calling for the snap is Aki, and now he'll roll to the near side. Last second pitch, and it's coming to the near side for Jeremiah Miller. He's going to roll down the 10. Finally bumped out of bounds by the safety Leak. Right at the 10-yard line. Gain of 13 unofficially. That'll bring up first, and it looks like it should be goal. Right at the 10-yard line, first and goal for the Crusaders. 5:53 left to go in the second quarter as Althoff looking to make this a much bigger lead. It's 10-0 Crusaders at the moment, 5:53 mark of the quarter. That'll be a bad snap. It'll go through the hands of Aki, the quarterback. He'll fall on it about the 28-yard line. That'll be a loss about 18. It'll be second and goal from the 28.
That helps.
It helps a ton. But as we know, they have a kicking game. But you'd rather have a field goal than 6 plus 1 or 2. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. Proud supporters of Mount Vernon Rams football, where local matters. 5:20 mark of the half. Quick handoff, little sweep play, and this could be for loss. Miller's going to be brought down past the 35 to the 36. Might just say the 37. If so, that's another 10 yards. It'll be third and goal from the 38-yard line.
Third and a long country mile now here for Althoff.
Oh, spotted the 36. My apologies. Still third and forever. Third and goal from the 36-yard line. 4:50 left to go here in quarter number 2. Fairfield leads Hamilton County at the half, 22-0. 2 right, 2 left. Out of the gun, Aki, the quarterback. 2-step drop. Oh, and guess who gets there? Willis, and can't come on. It's just going to be looks like his arm was moving forward. Will they go incomplete pass or will they go fumble and Ram football? That'll be the question. They're going to talk it over. Arm was batted. It was moving forward, but it didn't quite go all the way. No tuck rule here. Never tucked anything.
Let's go ahead and bring this up, though. If it was a pass, man, Weston Riding, he had an interception in his hands. He just had an Althoff Crusader batting at him, so he couldn't hold on to it. And so he saw the opportunity, just couldn't do it.
So they're going to say incomplete pass. It'll go back to the 36, so it'll be fourth and goal from the 36-yard line. Well, might be some points on the board here for Althoff if they...
It'll be about a 52-yarder if they go for it. But what else are you going to do? Go for it on 4th and 36?
We shall see. They're not going to punt. They're going to punt. Wow. He has the leg, but maybe not that much leg. It'll be 4th and goal from the 36 with Galloway at the moment back to punt. And he will do just that. A little poocher going toward the corner. Oh, what a great punt. Down at about the 7-yard line. They'll give it to the 8. Great punt by Galloway. A little coffin corner. And now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 8-yard line. Deep in their own territory, 4:25 mark of the first half. Community First Bank of the Heartland, proud supporters of Rams Athletics on your radio. They take pride in supporting their communities. Various sponsorships, donations, and partnerships. They love to be a part of the action. There's no better action than Mount Vernon Rams football. So, 1st and 10 from their own 8 for the Mount Vernon Rams, 4:25 mark of this first half. And a 10-0 ball game.
you can bet this Althoff team is going to have all hands on deck for the pressure on Malone.
And what they would normally say, the shadow of their own goalpost. The Rams will be in the I set here. Shelby on as a fullback for Badger and Malone. The snap will be, dropping back to pass out of the eye. He's in the end zone. Got to get out of it. Overthrown. Intended for Dameron at about the 7-yard line. It falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 8.
Incomplete.
Clock still at 4:25 here in the first half.
Nice job there by Malone. He had 3 guys chasing him to 1, not get the intentional grounding play, and 2, to not get sacked.
So Dameron will be split off to the right side. They'll split off left, still out of the eye. Under center, Malone, just barely. On 2nd and 10 from their own 8. A lot of distance to go here, and now the handoff will go up the middle. Won't get much on it. Maybe a no-gainer if they're fortunate. It'll be 3rd and 10. 4:25 left to go on 3rd and 10.
Tackled by the interior of the Crusaders defense.
So with 4:25 left, 3rd and 10. And we'll have an officials timeout here. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. Timeout sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust, your one-stop financial resource. In addition to banking services, First Mid also offers wealth management and ag services. It's a 10-0 ball game here. The Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Althoff Crusaders from Ken Hunt Stadium. Zach Matt Miller taking care of the camera. Brianna Sanders back at the Mount Vernon studio.
It looks like the issue is that the scoreboard is frozen. And
They need the other box, and that's the delay in this one. Not a problem they had last year, but it's been a problem a few times tonight. It was before the game started. And now the issue has reared its ugly head during the gameplay. One of the perks of a $90 million high school. Tongue planted firmly in cheek, obviously. But they're working on it, and we'll get back to play in just a moment. Luckily, the great folks here now will not let that happen again. Five minutes shy of the top of the hour. This is WMIX Mount Vernon. Free service from Withers Broadcasting. Halftime, Cessford-Waltonville, a 14-zip lead over Johnston City. Also at the half, Fairfield leads Hamco, 22-zip. El Dorado, an 8-6 lead over Carmi at the break. Marion and Cahokia are scoreless after one. Centralia leads Carbondale 3-zip after one. Here your Rams trail 10-0 in the second. Scoreboard update sponsored by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent. Would be glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. As the Rams, who have 3rd and 10 with 4:25 to go. That's where the clock had stopped and the scoreboard had frozen. Trailing 10-zip.
Well, we've got a second to mention it here. Of course, one of the parts of each Saturday sports show presented by Crossroads Community Hospital is the social media question of the week. My question this week is probably my favorite so far, and it is the most political question that has nothing to do with politics. Make sure you tune in for that and our main, what would you say, the main course of the show tomorrow, our interview with Mr. Fricknick. He had a great answer for it, and let's just say he is a hot dog connoisseur.
All right. Kind of gives me a clue. The original social media question of the week was, what is your favorite Easter egg candy? And still to this day, the only question to have been repeated. What is your favorite Easter egg candy? And then it was repeated, obviously, it became an annual tradition. every Easter Saturday.
You need to remind me that because I
will
forget that.
Because I can tell you right now, you'll be in baseball season. Tim Holloway's answer will be the Hollow Bunny.
Oh, man.
Every year. Rams baseball coach, of course, Tim Holloway, and that question obviously comes up every spring. So usually it's in season. And it's time to be alive, I can tell you that right now. 3rd and 10 for the Rams, 4:25 left to go here in the third quarter. The ball is on the 8-yard line. I think manually timing this would be a joy. I say let's do it.
Oh, gosh. Please, no.
Somebody's got an iWatch out there. Or an Android watch. I don't mean to discriminate.
Please, no.
I like not knowing what's happening. Of course, you heard about the Saturday Sports Show presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. Let's run down the lineup tomorrow.
All right, let me find that again here. So, of course, we'll have Jared Kessler, your Mount Vernon football coach. We will also have Kurt Simon, Carmi's football coach, on the program. We will have Vimal Patel, the Mount Vernon soccer coach, Cody Wingo, the Ziegler Royalton volleyball coach, Matt Hampelman, West Frankfort's cross-country coach, and then we will have a two-part interview with the superintendent of the Mount Vernon Township High School District, Jeff Fricknick. We'll talk a little bit about the future of the athletic facilities here at Mount Vernon Township High. They still have a lot of plans here for what they would like to do, and we will spend a good chunk of time talking to Superintendent Fricknick about the athletic department and what it means to the high school and to the community as a whole.
I have a feeling another thing about to be added to the list of the future of the facilities. Scoreboard issue here at Mount Vernon Township High School, Ken Hunt Stadium. It happens. 4:25 was on the clock when it happened. Actually, all the
officials will keep the time on the field.
The first two downs were practically untimed. So the official time on the clock, 3 minutes and 47 seconds. The officials will have to keep time on the field from here on out. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Rams from their own 8. We'll do our best with you here, thanks to Community First Bank of the Heartland. As back to pass, Malone. Uh-oh, he gets rid of it. Somebody thankfully gets into the area. It's Span. It'll fall incomplete. That'll be 4th and 10 from about the 8. I'm going to say we're about the 3:20 mark of the third quarter now.
This really makes for fun broadcasting when you have no idea how much time's actually on the clock.
I've had bigger issues than a malfunctioning scoreboard, trust me.
Oh, I'm sure.
4th and 10 now for the Rams from their own 8. You give everybody credit for trying to rectify the situation, though. So many people have jumped into action. It's no human fault of any kind. Sometimes technology just doesn't function, and that's the case tonight.
Oh,
so
I completely understand that.
Punt will come from out of the end zone from Evan Leake. Going to be great field position for Althoff as that bounces out of bounds at about the 27, 28 and a half. You're right, buddy. He's right in the spot it went out. I saw it. How about the 32 and a half? I'm struggling with that tonight. It's usually a strength of mine. Tonight it is not.
It's the heat.
Oh, yeah. Top of the hour, WMIX, W243 AVFM, Mount Vernon. Free services from Withers Broadcasting. Fancy way of saying AM 940 and 96.5 FM. Cardinals on over on 94.1 FM tonight. Wait, yeah, they are. Against the Dodgers. About 11:10 pregame tomorrow. Sunday night baseball on. You guessed it, Sunday night.
No.
I know.
I'm stunned.
1st and 10 for the Crusaders. About 3-something left to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from from the Mount Vernon 32. Bad snap. Aki back to pass. He's looking downfield. Instead, will settle for a sliding Alberico, and it falls incomplete. He gave it a sliding effort over the top at about the 24. It'll be 2nd and 10 as the clock stops with less than 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Oh, hey, we got a scoreboard back.
They have the appearances of one. It's 10-0 Althoff. Less than about 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. And so now it'll be an inside handoff to Rogers, and he'll be brought down. That's a great job by the Ram linebackers and D-line to get in there to get the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd down at about 9. So Spartacus in on the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Crusaders. The ball is still on about the 31. Out of the gun for Aki, the quarterback. Dropping back to pass, now looking for the slant play. That's going to be a great hit. He did not have the ball, and they're going to whistle a flag.
Oh, man, Brody Rutherford again.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Just a bit too early.
Brady Rutherford can't buy a... Wait, what did I just say? Brody Rutherford can't buy a break. Couple of calls that have gone against that I just don't know.
And then the one call they should have made, they did not make.
It's tough for a young man to learn the game that way. I thought he has played tremendously tonight. Sometimes, Brody, those things happen. 3:45 to go here. No, Hugo. We're less than 2 minutes to go in the second quarter of a 10-0 game. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. Again, no functioning scoreboard. They're keeping the time on the field as Aki is back to pass. Looking for the route. Far corner. He gets it. That's a completed pass. That'll be about a 20-yard touchdown reception by Nick Albarico in the far corner of the end zone. I don't see anything on the field from here. Makes it 16 to zip Althoff. So they'll go for the and one. Wait. Point after. Regardless, they'll try for the extra point. 16 zip Althoff here with minimal time left in the second quarter of a 17-0 game, or about to be, if the PAT is good from Stone Galloway. It's up and it's good. What else? 17-0 Althoff on top. We're not far away from your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show again. Some scoreboard issues here have prevented automatic score keeping, at least in terms of the clock, so they're keeping the time on the field tonight the rest of the way. And this is a kind of a nightmare scenario for the gentlemen in the booth who do such a great job. It's certainly not their fault due to some malfunctioning technology. Late in the second quarter, the Rams trail 17-zip. We await the PAT. Or excuse me, we await the kickoff.
I think we were just signaled 2:01 left on the clock. I think.
Yeah, we'll see what the Rams can do here. And however much time remains. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside from the SSM Health broadcast booth. Community First Bank takes pride in supporting their communities. Various sponsorships, donations, and partnerships. They love to be a part of the action. There's no better action than Mount Vernon Rams football. Trailing 17-0 in the second quarter.
Let's remember that Mount Vernon was in this situation last week, but of course I would say this Triad team is a different level. This Althoff team is a different level than that Triad team.
Very tough 3 weeks to open the year for the Althoff Crusaders. And now a deep kick by Galloway, and that's going to be Dameron. A high jump to get it at the 1 yard line. He's at the 15, the 20, so no need for the touchback now, but not able to go forward. Gets to the 25, 26, where he's brought down. That'll be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line for the Mount Vernon Rams on offense as we are below the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. So the crazy thing about this is it's going to be anybody's guess up here and in the stands as to how much time is actually remaining on the clock. Again, a scoreboard issue here at Ken Hunt Stadium. Again, through no fault of any human. Some technological issues. But now to the pistol, it'll be 2 left, 1 to the right for the Rams on 1st and 10. And now here comes an option play. It's going to be a handoff to Badger. He will get some running room along the near hash. Past the 35, down to about the 37.
Badger, the ball carrier.
It'll be first down yardage for the Rams. It'll move the chains and pause the clock. Rams will split 2 to the left side, 1 to the right. Span will be tight on that right side. Malone, the quarterback, out of the pistol. And the Rams will burn a timeout here, sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust.
Mount Vernon.
Timeout sponsor First Mid Bank and Trust is ready to serve all of your banking needs. With online and mobile banking, you can bank with First Mid anytime from anywhere. Visit firstmid.com today. 1:50 left to go here in the first half. 17-0, Althoff on top in this South 7 Conference opener.
So now we know 150, and the scoreboard is approaching that too. So hopefully we get at least, obviously now the refs are at least keeping time the rest of the game, but hopefully we at least have an idea up here as well, and we can keep you informed.
Minute 50 left to go here in the second quarter. 17-0 the score. Althoff on top. A passing touchdown of around 23 yards to Albarico. They had a running touchdown of, I believe, about 1 yard by Jeremiah Miller. And then a 43-yard field goal by Stone Galloway. That's the scoring in this one, as the Rams have struggled to do much in the red zone tonight. Now with about a minute 50 to go, 1st and 10 from their own 37. See if the Rams can get down the field here in a short amount of time. Whew. Throw into the right side. That one will be overthrown for Maxwell, the intended target about the 45-yard line. Now with a minute 46 to go, it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show coming up at the break. On this hot night, the teams will go into the locker room, and, of course, they'll get that extra 3 minutes of warm-up time.
And they will appreciate the air conditioning of the high school.
Absolutely. .145 left to go here. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Ball in the near hash as the Rams move left to right. The snap, and now off the back foot. This one will be a nice grab by Evan Leak. Midfield down to the 45. That'll be a gain of 18. Leak had to jump up and pick that away from the corner, and Leak comes away with the grab.
What a great play from Evan Leak. First down, Mount Vernon.
Evan Leak, the sophomore, a 2-year varsity starter, comes away with a huge grab. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Minute 32 left to go here in the first half. They trail 17-0. Rams trying to spread some things out here. And it's a high snap from Malone. He'll recover, gets the throw off. It'll be overthrown and out of bounds. 2nd and 10 here from the 45. Clock will stop with a minute 21 left. Plenty coming up on your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime. We'll run down some halftime scoring, at least what we have here. Give you our Saturday sports show lineup for tomorrow, I'm sure. Talk about the first half. Look ahead to the second. Tends to be what we do. Minute 21 to go here in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Ball on the Althoff 45. Tucked inside the near hash on the spot. 2 left, 2 right. The back is Badger behind the quarterback. Malone out of the pistol. There's the snap, 2-step drop. Floats one ahead for Badger. Gives him some running room down to the 40. Leans forward to about the 37. Gain of 8 will make it 3rd and a very manageable 2.5.
You know, one thing that we always talk about that you forgot to mention? We always seem to mention something about pizza when we talk about Joe's.
Usually how it works. Their core competency, if you will, but they do much more than that. Great pizza, but some amazing pastas, sandwiches, and more. 3rd and short for the Rams. Less than a minute to play here in the half. Trying to crack that goose egg. Malone will ask for it, but it looks like everybody else was already going. Not sure who went first. I didn't really get a good look. I was looking ahead to the clock to see how much time was coming off. It'll be against the Rams. 5-yard penalty. He'll back it up 3rd and about 8.
Well, that's not what Mount Vernon needed right there.
So with 38 seconds left, clock running.
Mount Vernon will receive in the second half. Let's not forget about that.
Would love a score here to make that mean a lot more. 24 seconds left, 3rd and 7. We're late in the second quarter for the Mount Vernon 42. Another off-the-heel throw, and this one will be picked off by Riggs. Riggs marching down the sideline, midfield, cuts back at the 45. And it's brought down about the 44-yard line.
Pass intercepted by Aeneas Riggs.
So Riggs comes away with it, marches it back into Mount Vernon territory with 11.5 seconds to go. We'll see if Althoff does anything with it before the half. I think Carnes had the tackle. 11.5 seconds left in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Ball on the Mount Vernon 44-yard line on the near hash as they move right to left.
You would think here maybe a run. Is Rogers on the field? No. Okay, they're going wide. They're going for it.
And now looking to pass into the flat. This one will be complete to the 40, 35. Althoff does have timeouts. Will they take them is the question.
Hockey's pass complete to Bridge. Tackle by Lee. Timeout.
So Althoff does take a timeout, although some time ran off the clock. This timeout sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust, corner 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. And if you would like to earn $80 per year for making everyday purchases, stop by First Mid at the corner 34th and Broadway. Learn about the money-saving benefits that come with Premier Checking. Should be about 4.2 seconds left. We'll see what they do. 7/10 of a second remain.
If they were to go for a field goal here, it would be about a 51, 52-yarder.
4 seconds on the clock.
So we'd have to see. They're adding some time to the clock, though. They're going to make it 4 seconds.
Althoff still has 2 timeouts remaining to just 1 for the Rams. 17-0 score. Althoff on top. It'll be 2nd and about 2 for the Crusaders. Empty out the backfield for Aki, the quarterback. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. 3 to the left, pardon me. Low snap, but Aki picks it up, and he'll have some running room. But he won't have a lot of time, as he'll break to the outside at about the 30. Now cuts back at the 20. He's into traffic at about, the 22-yard line. Gain of about 22 on the ground, but that'll end the half. After 1 half of play, it is the Althoff Crusaders 17, the Mount Vernon Rams 0. We'll come back with the Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show live on WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We'll take a break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Get out and ride this fall in a Jeep from Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville. It's Jeep Adventure Days. Your adventure starts now with a fantastic deal on a new Jeep from Holzhauer's. Tax, title, license, and dock not included. Rebates and discounts haven't applied. See us on Facebook or go to holzhauers.com. Save an all-new Chrysler inventory during the Jeep Adventure Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports, Route 127 North in Nashville.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Stop in today at the Rend Lake College Golf Outlet for its going out of business sale. Save 25% off store-wide, including apparel, clubs, irons, and much more while supplies last. New store hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 Sunday. All sales are final. No refunds, exchanges, or trade-ins. Visit the Golf Outlet located in the Rend Lake College Marketplace, located just off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon.
When you're the people's choice for a favorite Italian restaurant, you're on top of your game, and that's Joe's Pizza. Where else can you go to get the great, superb Chicago-style pizza and amazing pastas? Yep, Joe's is the place. Joe's features homemade sauces from the Truppiano family's secret recipe. At Joe's, you can dine in, carry out, order online, and they deliver to just about anywhere. Experience pizza the way it was meant to be. Joe's Pizza, 819 Jordan in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show starts now.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris alongside. Here Here at the half, the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders 17-0. So at the break, the Rams trailing. A very good Althoff team, and again, a record that we knew would be somewhat deceiving. We'll try to get you a scoreboard update and plenty more coming up here at the break as the Mount Vernon Rams trail Althoff 17-0. But first, Joe's Pizza and Pasta at Mount Vernon, proud sponsors of this halftime show. And of course, if you want real Chicago-style pizza, Joe's Pizza is the place. Fresh salads and garlic breads complement that amazing Chicago-style pie. Joe's Pizza voted the People's Choice just off of the square on Jordan Street in Mount Vernon. We have plenty to discuss. We'll get some stats and stuff in just a moment. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with that, get you some scores and some recaps. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Jason Newell with Community First Bank. Farming is one of the most important industries in the Midwest and has been a way of life in Jefferson County for generations. We are committed to helping farmers, large and small, continue this tradition, even during tough times. We offer a variety of plans to fit any need, and our ag lending team is committed to providing a combination of competitive rates and quick decision-making. Community First Bank, your trusted partner. Put our bank to work for you. Community First Bank, where local matters.
When you think about planning for tomorrow, it may seem overwhelming. At Country Financial, we have a suggestion. Don't get overwhelmed, get started. Because when it comes to solving the big challenges of tomorrow, you can start with simple steps today. With personalized insurance and financial services that can have a big impact on your family's future. Country Financial. When you're ready to start, we're ready to help. I'm Country Financial Representative Josh Finley. Please visit my office at historic 1004 Main Street, Mount Vernon, or call 242-4024.
The Saturday Morning Sports Clinic at Crossroads Community Hospital is the perfect way to get you back in the game faster and safer. Physician's assistant Jason Norris is there to treat any sports-related injuries using state-of-the-art on-site CTs, MRIs, X-rays, and more. And there's never an appointment necessary. Just walk in and get treated. That's every Saturday morning from 8 till 11 at Crossroads Community Hospital's main lobby. Crossroads Community Hospital, proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams and Lady Rams.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris alongside. Here is the Mount Vernon Rams. Eek. Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders at the half, 17-0. It's a very interesting road to get to that point.
Yeah. Right now, this Mount Vernon team, you've got an Althoff team finally playing a team that is not an excellent ball club. And Althoff finally showing they do have a little bit of talent on this team against Mount Vernon. And so Mount Vernon, I think they still have a shot. The defense needs to play a little bit better. You need to force some more turnovers. But, of course, this Althoff team has shown that they are skilled, they're well coached, and they aren't reckless. So it might be hard to force turnovers, but the Mount Vernon defense could show how good they are if they could make this Althoff team have some turnovers.
Absolutely. Of course, we owe you a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. We can tell you at the half, Carbondale leads Centralia 21-3.
There you go. That looks more like the score we expected.
Also at the half, Anna Jonesboro leads Nashville 19-0. Mater Dei with a 28-14 lead over Freeburg. That's late in the first half. Highland with a 61-7 lead over Civic plays Triad. Waterloo plays Mascoutah.
Jerseyville.
There we go.
Wow, Jerseyville.
Mattoon leads Charleston 21-6 at the half in a Coles County rivalry game. Bree Central leads Carlisle 22-8. Fallon a touchdown better than Collinsville 21-14. DuQuoin leads Carterville, a struggling Carterville bunch 28-0. West Frankfort a 35-0 lead as the Redbirds trying to get to 4-0 this year. Mascoutah leads Waterloo, I believe it's Waterloo, 40-7. That's late in the second quarter. West Frankfort leading Harrisburg, of course. Pinckneyville leads Sparta 21-6 at the half. At the half, Benton leads Heron Heron leads Benton 21-7. El Dorado leads Carmi 8-6 at the half, as we said. Marion and Cahokia are scoreless after one, and I don't have an update on that one. Scoreboard update sponsored by Tony Wilt. Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. See how you can get to a better state with State Farm. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you to a better state here on your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. It's 17-0. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Althoff Crusaders here at the half. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about it. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Have you checked your calendar? It's National Care Stand Month at One Stop Flooring America. This is the perfect time to buy the soft, luxurious new Care Stand carpet you've always wanted. At One Stop Flooring America, we have the lowest prices of the season on our entire line of Care Stand carpets. Plus, get up to $1,000 back in Care Stand rebates. Remember, we measure for free and offer a lifetime installation guarantee. So much to choose from and so much to save during National Care Stand Month at One Stop Flooring America, 318 South 10th Street, Mount Vernon, 242-5712.
Hi, Roy Smith at Ford Square, Mount Vernon, and it's SUV season. Stop in today and check out our great savings on everything from the EcoSport to the full-size Ford Expedition. The all-new EcoSport is designed for endless possibilities, sporting a compact look with a spacious interior. The Ford Escape is the perfect partner for spur-of-the-moment adventuring with comfortable seating for 5 passengers. To add a bit of luxury to your drive, check out the Ford Edge, a beautifully sculptured exterior with a luxury accommodating interior. The 2018 Ford Explorer is out with a fresh new attitude and offers seating for up to 7 passengers. And last but not least, the most interior space and luxury drive, try the full-size Ford Expedition. Right now, we have a limited number of certificates from $3,250 to $7,250. When these certificates are gone, so are the savings. Start your savings right here at Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Get back to your sport. Get back to life. The talented team of orthopedic specialists at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois lead the way in sports medicine with the latest non-surgical techniques for a speedy recovery, along with the latest innovations in arthroscopic surgery. Keeping young athletes healthy is their specialty, getting them back on the field sooner after an injury. See Dr. Ben Poole, Dr. Angela Freehill, and PA Devin Hertling today. Call 618-242-3778 or visit orthocenter-si.com.
Back to the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside for your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. Joe's Pizza and Pasta in Mount Vernon. Don't forget those specials nightly, including the Italian favorites every weekend. Friday, it's a family combo, while Saturdays feature 2 large unlimited topping pizzas, and Sunday boasts 2 large 2-topping pizzas and an appetizer. Take your friends and head to Joe's Pizza just off of the square on Jordan Street in Mount Vernon, or take the easy way out like I do. Order online and have it delivered. Order joes.com. So about 8 minutes before we start the third quarter here in the King City, the Mount Vernon Rams a 17-0 deficit at the hands of the Althoff Crusaders. And Kyle, I think we kind of had that hunch coming in that you look at Vianney, you look at Elmhurst's Immaculate Conception Catholic, a perennial state championship contender, and you look at a very good modern-day team this year that has certainly turned things around. And, okay, you look at competition. So you look at a team like Carbondale, they're 3-0. Maybe not the strength of the schedule as an Althoff, who is 0-3, and Althoff certainly showing they're better than an 0-3 team tonight.
Oh, absolutely. But, you know, this Rams team is really showing how much they've improved as well. They have kept this Althoff team. This game could easily be 30-0, but of course the defense looks so much better, and they continue to get better week to week. And even if they've given up another 17 points to this Crusader team, this is a Crusader team that is, I think we could safely say, a lot better than the Triad team that this team faced last week. So, you know, this team continues to improve, and, you know, it's just a tougher opponent this week. That 0-3 record really was just on paper. This is a very good Althoff team. We'll see if the defense can find ways to step up, but like I said, this Althoff team is not going to turn the ball over as much as that Triad team did last week.
Well, Triad, of course, you look back to that game and you look back to that defense, and I know talking about it is Ramrod is going to break the fourth wall and not where his the head.
Interesting.
Huh. Mascot makes his money by keeping that head on at all times. And apparently Ramrod's asking a cheerleader to Hoko.
Oh, there we
Ramrod
go.
Got it. We missed it on WMIXsports.com. That's okay, but As the action on the field, of course, was on the track, where we make a big production out of going to homecoming and asking for dates now. But congratulations to Ramrod, who is going to Hugo and not going to wear his head.
Well, because now a cheerleader's wearing that head.
I'm a guy that thinks, I think it'd have been extra special to keep the head on doing it. But who am I? I'm just a guy that needs to take a break. It's your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We'll take a break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
As part of the Toyota family, your ownership experience starts with Toyota Care, a no-cost maintenance plan that includes 24-hour roadside assistance. The Toyota Care plan covers normal factory scheduled maintenance for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Drive in and find out how peace of mind comes standard at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon.
From my family to yours, with guaranteed satisfaction. Munkin's the one. Munkin's the one.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Back to the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris, Zach Matt Miller in the SSM Health broadcast booth. Brianna Sanders manning things back at our WMIX studios, or womaning things, I guess, at the WMIX studios. As we have about 4.5 minutes before we start the second half here in the King City. For the Rams, they get the football to start the second half, so there is a bright spot in a first half that did not feature many with this Althoff offense. And it was just the susceptibilities for the big play. It was a 42-yard catch by Appleton that set up the 1-yard score by Jeremiah Miller. It was a big play that had set up the score, which was, I think, a 20-yard pass to Alberico.
Yeah, that, yeah.
And he had the 43-yard field goal by Stone Galloway. So, I mean, it was just one of those nights so far where their offenses and special teams have been able to get things done, and the Rams have shot themselves in the foot offensively at times. And if you can limit those mistakes, maybe this offense has a chance to get something done with a little momentum to start the half.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes in basketball, they say the first 2 minutes of the third quarter really set the tone for what the rest of the game is going to be. That's how it's going to be tonight in this football game. This first drive, we're not going to say first 2 minutes, but the first drive for Mount Vernon here, this second half, and really the first defensive stance as well, the first Althoff drive, that's going to really be the key to see what exactly is going to happen the rest of this ball game. So we'll see if Mount Vernon wants to take momentum in this one, or we'll see if Althoff is going to make this a laugher maybe in the second half.
They might. You certainly hope to avoid that if you're the Mount Vernon Rams. We cannot avoid taking our final break of the Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. 17-0 Althoff on top of the Mount Vernon Rams here at the half. We'll take that last break, come back, get you set with the second half of action from Ken Hunt Stadium. We're live from the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Your confident style with the 2018 Honda CR-V. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Honda. The Honda CR-V is committed to confident style. Inside, you will find a spacious interior with seating for up to 5 passengers and innovative technologies at your fingertips, with the 7-inch display audio interface on EX and above models. Behind the wheel, you will feel the responsive handling and the smooth acceleration of the 190 horsepower turbocharged engine. Hauling cargo is a breeze in the CR-V with its available foot-activated power liftgate and one-touch fold-flat rear seating, offering a massive 75.8 cubic feet of storage space. CR-V offers many driver-assistive technologies as well, with Honda sensing including collision mitigation braking, rear cross traffic monitoring, lane keeping assist system, and adaptive cruise control. Experience driving the 2018 Honda CR-V for yourself right here at Roy Schmidt Honda, 1705 West Fayette in Effingham.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside as the Mount Vernon Rams trail 17-zip to the Althoff Crusaders. It is the South 7 opener. Elsewhere around the South 7, Marion leads Cahokia 14-6 at the half. Carbondale a 21-3 leader over Centralia. Also at the break. We're getting ready to start the second half here as this will wrap up our Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. But I feel like for the Rams in the second half, if we were to repeat the keys all over again, they didn't really stop committing penalties at the worst times. Some of the penalties were arguable at best, but penalties at the worst times, and they were unable to really hit them in the mouth early. But now, maybe start that over in the second half. Hit them in the mouth early here if they have the football to start this second half, and then stop committing penalties. You can do that at any time.
Absolutely. And, just treat it as nothing. And we saw what happened last week. They scored 25 unanswered and beat the Triad Knights. It could happen again this week, but let's just say this right now. This Althoff team is more talented than that Triad team they faced last week.
Absolutely. So let's see. About 30 seconds before we start the second half here. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina, 5 Jefferson County branches with responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking. In fact, it's where local matters, and they are proud supporters of Mount Vernon Rams football. 17-0, a couple of touchdowns and a field goal. The differences in this one so far for the Rams, a couple of ill-timed penalties and some turnovers. A fumble and an interception have not helped matters for the Mount Vernon Rams tonight. So we'll put a fresh 12 on the clock, and the Rams will have the football to start this third quarter of play. Welcome those of you tuned in to AM 940, 96.5 FM, or logged on to WMIXsports.com. I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle Norris is alongside Zach Matt-Miller with us in the broadcast booth. Brianna Sanders back at the Mount Vernon studio. The Mount Vernon Rams and the Althoff Crusaders South 7 Conference opener. Rams on the road next week at Marion. Althoff somewhere else next week. I'm elected to switch to my browser in time. Althoff should be at Centralia. That's right, I knew that. So, Stone Galloway on to kick off for the Crusaders. Leak and Dameron, the return men for the Rams inside the 10-yard line. Galloway taking his time. Now he'll gain a burst of speed, and here comes that booming kick, and more than likely a touchback. Yes, sir, 1st and 10.
Touchback.
From the Ram 20 on the touchback by the Galloway kick with no time having elapsed off of the clock. It lapsed. Either way, no time has passed. It'll be 12 minutes on the clock.
Come off the
1st
clock?
and 10.
That might be the
Not
easiest
sure
way to say it.
I was wanting to go with that.
And so now here is important drive number 1. Mount Vernon Rams on offense. They haven't been able to do anything so far. They did break the drought last week with the 1 touchdown at Triad. They came close earlier in the game. They were in the red zone. They could not finish. Let's see what they do here. They have 80 yards between them and a TD.
Split 2 to the left, 2 to the right. The Mount Vernon Rams looking to get something done offensively on this opening drive. Out of the gun, pistol. Nick Malone, the quarterback, and everything developed around him. I'm not sure if that was intended to be a trick play, but it was a false start on the Rams. It'll back them up 5 yards to the 15.
That's not exactly the start, but let me just describe this to you for those of you listening on our airwaves, not watching online. Everyone was moving a second before the center even snapped the ball to Malone. That's what that play looked like.
Absolutely. Out of the pistol now on 1st and 15 from the 15. After the touchback on kickoff, the Rams get the false start penalty to back them up another 5. Look for the quick pass to Amir Span. He has it, 20. Now along the hashes, he'll get down to the 30-yard line and may have just slid forward for a 16-yard gain. We'll see if they give him that extra yard. If so, it's a first down for the Rams, and it looks like the chains will move here. So 1st and 10 for the Rams after the 15.5-yard gain by Amir Spann. Takes them to the 30-yard line. 11:45 left to go in the third quarter here. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams.
That takes Nick Malone over 100 yards passing here in this ballgame.
So now Malone out of the pistol. 1 to the left, 2 to the right. 3 to the right even. They're looking for Spann again. Same play. He's at the 35, gets down to the 40, fighting for first down yardage. He stayed in bounds. The question is, did he get the first down?
Yes, he did.
It's another first down completion to Amir Spann as they get him involved in the passing game. 11:20 left to go here in the third. So 40 seconds in, 2 first downs already for Mount Vernon. They'll send 3 to the right again. Willis will be the lone man left side. Badger the back for the quarterback, Nick Malone. Spann, Leak, Dameron, your receivers on the right side. Calling for the snap is Nick, and he will complete it in the flat. This is going to be to Dameron. Nice stutter step 45. He'll be brought down shy midfield as he's pulled out of bounds at about the 48. Gain of 8 will bring up 2nd and 2 for the Rams as we drop below the 10:45 mark. Heron leads Benton 42-7. That is in the third quarter at Tabor Field in Benton. More than likely, it'll be a running clock in that one. Need another score for the Heron Tigers. Heron Tiger coaching staff that features longtime Ram coach Dan Mings. Just left Johnston City after this past season. Was a finalist for this job here. 10:22 left to go. Looking for the complete pass into the flat. It's going to be caught. There's Evan Leak along the sideline. Cuts back at about the 40s and Althoff territory as he's brought down finally at the 39. That'll be a gain of 12.
14.
All right, 14.
That's my math. I put him at the 37, though. Unless they brought him down a little bit sooner than that.
My apologies. I thought he was brought down sooner than that. All right. Down to the 38-yard line. 10:04 left to go. Here in the third, 17-0. Rams trailing here, trying to march down the field. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. It's worked so far. Malone, the snap, looking for the slant play here, and it's going to be a step in front, a pickoff. And this is going to be trouble. Appleton rolling down the right side. This may be a pick six. Malone, the only man to beat. He will do a spin move and will not get past the Ram quarterback as Malone will bring him out at about the 11-yard line, but still it sets up 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 11 after the pick by Dylan Appleton.
And Malone was looking so good on this drive until that play. And now momentum is really swung towards Althoff.
Not what you needed if you're the Mount Vernon Rams.
Granted, now a defensive forced turnover here for this Rams defense. We know they can do it. That would be huge right now for this team.
9:41 left to go here in the third quarter. 17-0 the score. Althoff on top and threatening again. 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 11. They're just outside a goal line situation. Quarterback is Aki. The back here is Jeremiah Miller, and we're going to have a whistle. Officials are going to try to get things set here. We'll see what's happening.
Think it's a uniform issue? Maybe?
They brought Nolan Schmidt off of the field for the Crusaders. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. We appreciate them for another year. Always supporting high school sports in their community. Here's the snap, looking for the quick pass on the slant, and that's going to be to Alberico again, the 5'11", 170-pound junior. Caught inside the 5. Looks like it's down to about the 3. So about an 8-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and short for the Crusaders, who are inside the 5. It'll be about 2nd and 2. And now run up the middle. May have just gotten him in the end zone. I did not see the ball carrier. It looked like it might have been either Rogers. I think it was Rogers. And that will make it 23 to nothing. We'll have the PAT pending here, and Stone Galloway is Mr. Automatic.
And it looks like our scoreboard is out again.
So 23-0 Althoff. Here in the third quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. Back at it again next Friday night for Pink Out Night in Marion. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff for the Marion Wildcats and your Mount Vernon Rams. Kick is up, it's good, 24-0. And now the Rams will get another chance with the football. Streaming online at WMIXsports.com is presented by Rend Lake College. Log on to rlc.edu and see how you can save thousands on that college education. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here. They have some great sales going on at the RLC Golf Outlet right now, going out of business sale. See if they're going to keep time on the field again or what exactly is going to happen here.
Yep, just scoreboard issues tonight, and honestly, that's a good reflection of how this night's going for Mount Vernon.
Absolutely, just some tech issues, no human error or nothing like that. It's one of those nights here at Ken Hunt Stadium. Maybe the scoreboard's trying to drop us all a hint. It's hot, too. So we wait kickoff from Stone Galloway, Evan Leake, and Isaiah Dameron are back to return.
You said that this was a multi-million-dollar high school to build. They could have just built a dome on this field. That would have been really nice of them.
Well,
it cost a few more million. No big deal.
Now, turf would have, I know, there's all kinds of hornets you can stir up by poking and prodding. Some hotly contested things. I know you have a very good interview tomorrow planned for Mr. Fricknick.
He and I, we can talk a little bit. So it is a two-parter, but it's great. It was great conversation with Mr. Fricknick about the MVTHS athletic department and the future of the facilities here at MVTHS.
Well, and absolutely, just a great guy to have brought to the King City, and certainly a breath of fresh air, and just in my limited interactions, been very pleased so far, and looking forward to that interview tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Show after the 8 o'clock news right here on AM 940, 96.5 FM, or listen to it live on our website at WMIXsports.com. 9:40 left to go in the third quarter here as we understand it, as we await the kickoff here. The Althoff Crusaders lead this 24-0. So, in just a moment, we will have kickoff.
Another thing that you'll learn about Mr. Fricknick tomorrow, you'll hear a little bit about his background. He also has a history with another one of our guests tomorrow, and Kurt Simon, at the head coach at Carmi High School for football. You got to listen. You'll find out, Mr. Hugo. I see that intrigued face.
Can you tell me which South 7 school Kurt Simon used to coach?
And I can't tell you that.
Centralia, here we go. Here comes a kick. It is up. And the return, no, sir. It'll bounce in the end zone. Takes a high hop over sophomore Evan Leake. That'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20. Yes, sir.
Thank you for the history lesson. But
I bring it up every time.
But at least I know the story of Mr. Fricknick's coaching experience and how it connects to Kurt Simon. You will find out tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Show.
You assume I'll be up. I'll listen to the archives. That's what I like. The archives at WMIXsports.com. Or I have ways. You never know when I'm listening.
Maybe I Maybe tomorrow I have a non-babysitted show. Maybe it'll get interesting.
Well, it'll be babysitted if you keep saying babysitted instead of babysat. As 1st and 10 for the Rams. We're getting to the action now. We weren't trying to delay you or keep you from anything, just scoreboard issue. And now it'll be an inside handoff on 1st and 10 for the 20. Badger will scrape back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Now with, time to go. 24-0 score. When the ball was kicked off, it was 24-0. Or excuse me, that was the score. It was 9:40 left here in the third quarter. Again, scoreboard issue again tonight here at Ken Hunt Stadium. So on 2nd and 10 from their own 20, the Rams on the ball between the hashes. Malone, the quarterback. Leak will split off to the left side, as will Willis. He may be tight left side. Dameron is split right. After 3, Heron leads Benton 49-7. Another Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. As Malone takes the snap here. Throws off his back feet, intended for Span at about the 35. He wants a flag, not going to get it. Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. See how he can help your family with all of their insurance needs and get to a better state with State Farm. Or you can always look for that white State Farm Jeep around town.
If that second call, PI calling Brody Rutherford is called, that right there has to be called for PI, and it wasn't.
One would think.
Consistency, that's what we look for.
Absolutely. Now you're part of the team.
We are not getting that tonight.
That's what we've preached for years.
We're not getting that.
No. 2 left, 2 to the right. Out of the pistol set for the Mount Vernon Rams, and here's a snap for the quarterback. And Spartacus going to take it himself up the middle, gets a gain of 2.
Malone on the keeper.
It's not Malone.
So Banda, the Spartacus, gets a gain of a couple, and it'll be 4th down for the Rams. 4th down at about 8. Malone is actually being tended to on the sideline.
Which, if he is injured, that is bad news for Mount Vernon.
Well, we won't speculate. Just hope that he's okay. As we await a leak punt. 24-0, Althoff, and they get behind the line of scrimmage, almost blocks that punt. Maxwell will prevent an Althoff bounce, and down at about the 45-yard line. It's in Mount Vernon territory, where the Crusaders will have it 1st and 10. We're shy of the 9 o'clock hour. Tell you that we're glad to have you. SSM Health broadcast booth.
24, Mount Vernon, no score. Time remaining, third period, 8 minutes, 4 seconds.
8 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the third. And if you're looking for a new doctor, go to ssmhealth.com/doctors. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. So 8 and change left to go in the third quarter here of a 24-0 game. Out of the gun, empty backfield. Aki, the quarterback, going to roll to the right side. They flush him out. Still rolling. He's in midfield trying to get to the line of scrimmage, and Span will tackle him for a loss at about midfield. I would say forward progress perhaps. They'll spot the ball at the 48 for a loss of about 3 to bring up 2nd and 13.
Nice job there by Amir Span. The line was able to chase him out, but it looked like he was going to be able to get a gain on it, but Span makes sure that does not happen. So that's a 3-yard loss. Not a sack because he wasn't in the pocket, but that is a 3-yard loss there for Aki.
Second and 13 for the Crusaders. The ball in the Mount Vernon 48 far hash. Aki, empty backfield out of the gun. Ooh, nice slant play there. That's complete to Fridge. He'll stumble forward to about the 40, but it looks like they're going to spot it about the 42. So 3rd down will take them for a gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd and 7 here.
The fridge was open right there, Mr. Hugo.
Yes, it was. So 3rd and 7. Empty backfield and the gun and a flinch or two. Or a few. We'll see what happens here. It'll be on the Crusaders. It'll make it 3rd and 12. Community First Bank takes pride in supporting their communities, various sponsorships, donations, and partnerships. They love to be a part of the action. There's no better action than Mount Vernon Rams football.
And when Aki made a pass at the fridge right there, that got him over 100 yards on the day. I love the fridge puns.
Third and 12. The snap, empty backfield out of the gun, and swallowed up is Aki. There's a neighborhood, a village in on that one. Owens and who was the other young man? I thought I saw Johnston.
Mason Johnson.
Yeah. That'll bring up fourth and past midfield to about the 48. So it'll be fourth and about 20. And more than likely a punt looming from the Althoff Crusaders. About 6 minutes to play. We're in the third quarter from Ken Hunt Stadium. 24-0, Althoff on top.
And give credit where credit's due. The defense stood tall right there. Great stand. They did their job. Now the offense, they've got it. The offense has to do something.
Have to get something going here. Fourth down, third quarter, about 6 minutes left to go. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside.